Welcome to episode 6 of Copa America previews. Today's episode is on the island nation that could maybe shock some people at this Copa America, and that's Jamaica. Jamaica don't have a great history in Copa Americas, but one thing they do have is a lot of great attacking players. Can they shock people at this Copa America, or will it be another disappointment? The guest for today's episode is Ryan from Elite Sports TV. If you don't subscribe to him, I don't know what you're doing. The guy is doing 5-hour, 4-hour live streams about Jamaican football, so go subscribe to Elite Sports TV. But further ado, let's get into the preview and prediction for Jamaica at this summer's Copa America. You have the two World Cup qualifiers games coming up in early June before the Copa America. Do you think that's going to be a distraction then heading into the Copa America, that all the focus will be towards the World Cup qualifiers and the Copa Americas right after, and you don't have easy opponents there? Do you think it's going to be a distraction then?
For me, I think the more game Jamaica play, it's better, right? When we play one game in the international break, it don't suit our style. Our team is more a team that they pick up slow. They're a slow learning team, right? When it come on to, when you watch Brazil and the Argentina and the England, they can just pick a game and them just switch on. We not like that. We need rhythm. We need 2 and 3 games for you really see the true potential of this Jamaican team. And I think Copa going to be a very good tournament. But just the 2 World Cup qualifier games that going to give us to see where we at right now at this moment, especially coming off a win, a 3rd place win over Panama in the Nation League. Unfortunately, we didn't make it to the final. We lost to the United States. Extra time 3-1, 90 minutes. Oh man, so many great things in that game, man. And it's just unfortunate. We should have win the Nation League, but congratulations to the United States.
Good thing though, Ryan, because that just shows how much your team is progressing. That you almost knocked out the USA, who had their strongest team. You guys didn't have your strongest team available, and you almost knocked them out. Like I think that shows the progression that you guys have made under Hallgrimsson.
Most definitely, I think the team is getting better. The team is getting stronger and stronger. Even with the likes of Bailey out, the Demarai Gray out, the Shaman Nichols out. I'm telling you, we still have more players that play at a good level where want to get the opportunity in the national team. So when these big players not playing, they show that Coach Hallgrimsson don't underestimate us. We can make a difference too, like these big top players in the squad. So we have a lot of strength in this Reggae Boyz team. Most definitely would have loved to get a few more players. I think we will get probably the end of this year, and we will kick on.
Hallgrimsson, remember I told you, I think we did this, jumped on your stream maybe a year and a half ago. I think it was for the Gold Cup. And I said, Ryan, you guys got a really good manager. Like, you don't understand. This pickup from Jamaica is sensational. So how has he progressed as manager of the Reggae Boyz? Because I think at times you guys have been playing like a 4-3-3, 4-4-2. The Nations League, you went to a 3-4-3. Is that kind of what you're expecting at the Copa America? Maybe the World Cup qualifiers you play 4-3-3 because obviously you have a great attack, but what do you expect tactically to see from him at the Copa America?
For me, as always, you know, Coach Hallgrimsson is a defensive coach. I must say, we have to give him credit. One of the things that he brings to this Jamaican team, stability. Under Coach Theodore Whitmore, we don't have no stability. We are bringing a 6, 7, 8 player to make their debut in World Cup qualifying. Under this coach, it will not happen. And this coach consistent picking the same player over and over unless someone get injured. You want to build a chemistry and to build a team. Not saying him shutting the door. You have to have good quality to knock on Coach Hallgrimsson's door to get into this Reggae Boyz team. So that's the first important thing Coach Hallgrimsson bring to this Jamaica national team. Stability. And that's what we want for the last 3 years. So Coach Hallgrimsson is doing that. We have to give him credit. Now, when it comes on to Coach Hallgrimsson's tactic, I am a big critics of Coach Hallgrimsson taking long to make the necessary change that can improve the team. But in the last 3 windows, I think Coach Hallgrimsson have proved to the Jamaican people, has proven to me that he can be a flexible when the time comes. And we see it against Canada, we see it against US, we see it against Panama. And this is 3 big teams in the region. So the coach is doing excellent. I am happy to have the coach. Now, the most important thing, coming up in the World Cup qualifier, I want to see we're going to play against lesser opponents team, where we're going to be the team that we are the favorite to win. We need to have possession. We're going to have a lot of possession of all we do with that ball and that position. And that's where the weak side of Jamaica, they're very good. Come up against you, the likes of Mexico, USA, Canada, Panama. But the lower opponents, when we play against a lower team that Suriname was supposed to beat Suriname, we beat them, but we struggle, but we still get the result, right? We don't see that convincing win from Coach Hallgrimsson when it comes on to the lower team name. I'm talking about getting the 3 points, that's one, and play good football, where you call it.
So then for the Copa America, do you think he's going to go defensive then against 3 quite good opponents in Venezuela, Ecuador, Mexico, where he's just going to say, all right, let's keep it a low block, hit them on the counterattack, and just be organized. That's the main thing. Let's keep it low scoring. We don't need to go super attacking against those opponents because they have quality as well compared to lesser teams in CONCACAF, like let's say a Curaçao or any of these sort of teams. So are good teams, but they're not an Ecuador. Like Ecuador have players at Chelsea, at Bayer Leverkusen, Mexico. Yes, it might not be the same Mexico, but they can still hurt you. So are you kind of expecting then of the Copa America, similar to what we saw in the Nations League, a bit more defensive, like against the USA? I mean, that was super defensive against USA. It almost worked.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think when you look at the rest of groups in the Copa, I think this is one of the toughest groups. Nobody knows who is going to come out of this group.
It's the group of life.
Come on. Yeah. Jamaica can come on. Mexico can come on. Venezuela can come on. And Ecuador can come on because a 4 good team. But I think with our style of play, how we play behind the ball and hit team on the counter, I think that is what Coach Hallgrimsson going to go back to when he's playing against his big team like the Mexico. And it can work.
What's then a weakness of your team that you would say in game, basically? Is it more set pieces? Is it dealing with crosses? What's kind of a weakness that you have seen from this team lately under Hallgrimsson? And also a strength as well.
Well, so let us start off with our strength. So our strength, bro, and this is where we're very dangerous when we play against the better team. We sit behind the ball, soak up pressure, and hit team on the counter. We're very good at that. We play against Argentina, and we defend very well for roughly 80 minutes, and we end up lost the game. Messi come on and scored 2, and Argentina beat with 3-0. But that game were very close. Every big team Jamaica play against, under Coach Hallgrimsson, the game very, very close. Small margin decide to get the victory. I think Coach Hallgrimsson will go back to him tactic, keep a clean sheet, keep it tight, and hit team on the counter with the likes of Leon Bailey, Whisper, Shaman Nicholson, Mikel Antonio, Demarai Gray. This team is blessed of attacking player who like to have more space behind the opponent team. And when Mexico push up on Jamaica, pressing Jamaica, Venezuela pressing Jamaica, that's going to make Jamaica national team more dangerous to play against. And they can be defensive. With the likes of Ethan Pino coming back, you have Latibo here that play for Coventry City. We have Casey Palmer that play for Coventry City. We have a lot of mix of youngster mixed with a lot of experienced player like of Mikel Antonio. I think our strength is our attack, but our biggest weakness is if you give Jamaica the ball, hey, let Jamaica have the ball. That is one of Jamaica's biggest downfall. We don't good with the football. We like to play without the football, if that makes sense. So I think that is Jamaica's strength.
You're blessed with attacking talents, like I see. Like Omari Hutchinson, you haven't even said him. Omari Hutchinson has been balling out with Ipswich Town. He's a good player.
Very
good player.
Good
Leon Bailey.
Yeah. And so our weakness is our midfield. We don't have good ball angler, right? Like you have a Fabinho, you have a Raji who play in that CDM role and dictate the game. We don't have that. We're using Damian Lowe as a more to break up tackle inside. And I think he improved the Jamaican team since he came in the second half and involved in the 3 goals that Jamaica beat Canada to go to the Copa America. I think Damian Lowe has made a big impact inside the midfield. Is Damian Lowe is the answer long term? I don't know. But if we get the right and complement to complement Damian Lowe inside that midfield. I think it can work. But that is where our weakness is, our midfield. We're not getting good link player who can hold it up. And even we have Russell and Coach Hallgrimsson, I don't know what happened. Him don't trust him. I think midfield is our biggest weakness. But our defense, we have some excellent defender. We have Dexter that played for Wolf last season, play against Mohamed Salah, against Liverpool at Anfield, shut down Mohamed Salah. Also, he shut down Christian Pulisic. Right? He's the best right back right now, in my opinion, at 20 in the CONCACAF region. Latibo here, we have Michael Hector. We have so many good defenders. We have Amari Bell, we have Greg Lee, we have goalkeeper who are very strong. But one big missing piece from the Jamaican team is our midfield. And that is vital. We need to link from midfield to attacking. And that is our weakness. And that is where Hallgrimsson need to work on.
You're going up against Ecuador, Mexico, and Venezuela. Those three teams have very good midfields. Like, you're going up against Caicedo, Kendry Páez, Alvarez, a lot of quality in those midfields. So I think if you're saying that this is correct, that your midfield maybe isn't the strongest compared to your attack and defensively, you could get overrun in the midfield. That's going to be the issue probably Jamaica will face against these three opponents. So now my question will be to you is, who's going to start at striker? Or who would you want to start at striker? Is it Shamar Nicholson or Mikel Antonio?
For me, I think, shall I give you my perspective and then give you
of course.
So the coach, once Mikel Antonio in the team and fit, the coach will pick Mikel Antonio. And I think Mikel Antonio is a better player than Shamar Nicholson. But a pure goal scorer, just put the ball in the back of the net, I would prefer Shamar Nicholson play up top. But the coach would play Mikel Antonio because of him work rate, him link up play, but he don't score much for us. He haven't scored in 2 years. But if you look at him overall game, he make everybody around him better. But he's just not scoring. So I will go with the man himself, Mikel Antonio up top, leading the line.
I mean, it's not a bad option to have off the bench, though. Nicholson, he scored the 2 goals against Canada to qualify you for this tournament. So I think that shows just the array of talent on this Jamaica team, attacking-wise, is just kind of stupid, actually, how good it is. It actually, compared to, like, Mexico, like, your attack is better than Mexico's, hands down. That is not even a debate, in my opinion. But now, Antonio, yes, your link-up play is good, your hold-up play is good, you make runs in behind, which is going to be very key against the defensive high lines that maybe the opponents will play. But you got to get goals. You got to get your striker at the end of the day. Obviously, he's progressed very well in his career. But Nicholson then obviously can be the super sub for you guys. Who's one player that's super underrated on this team that you really, really adore?
Underrated. I think Shamar Nicholson is underrated. Yeah, I really believe that he's underrated. He's scoring big goals for us. He's the first Jamaican player to score at the Azteca, at the United States, at Panama, Honduras, El Salvador, Canada. He scored in big moment and scored some big goal for Jamaica. I think Mikel Antonio, I think Shamar Nicholson is underrated by a lot of the Jamaican fans.
I gotta say that this player, though, for Jamaica, Demarai Gray, what a player he's been for you guys. 5 goals in 10 appearances. I mean, I'm not gonna like Ryan. He's better than Leon Bailey for Jamaica.
Yes, 100%. Everybody can agree with that. Demarai Gray.
Good. I thought I was a bit crazy with that statement. I'm good.
No. Demarai Gray is the man. He's going to show it no matter who you're going to play against. He will. He made the team better. Take Demarai Gray out of our team. Going forward, we look average. Because
obviously now I don't watch him a lot because he's playing in Saudi. But every time I've seen him play for the Reggae Boyz, I feel like he's just elevated his play. He walks with that sort of swagger that he is the main guy. That he knows he has to prove himself. And Demarai Gray is clearly doing that with the Reggae Boyz. So now I got to ask you the tough question before I'll get to our predictions. What about Leon Bailey's situation? Because obviously he gave the interview that's saying he's not going to play for the national team. Are we going to see him this summer? I hope we are, man, because the way he's playing at Villa, he would be unbelievable in the Copa America, in my opinion.
Listen, this is just my opinion. This is what I think when I look at the situation. Speak to him agent, listen to Leon speak. I don't think we're going to have Leon for the Copa America. I don't think we're going to have him for World Cup qualify. Probably September. But this is just my opinion. Nobody telling me anything, guys. Right? But this is how I feel. I don't think he will be playing Copa. And it would be sad for him to not play in Copa. This is a big competition where the likes of Neymar, Vinicius Jr., Lionel Messi, Demarai, so many top players, Diaz, Nunes, you name them, Caicedo, so many top players will play in the Copa America. And unfortunate, one of the top wingers in the Premier League. Not because of injured, it's because of things happening in the past with the Jamaican Football Federation and Leon Bailey and his agent and stuff. So that is a back and forth where I think Leon need to get over that and just come and play some football because we really need him, right? I don't think he will be in the Copa squad.
You guys showed that you don't. Well, I mean, obviously you still need Bailey because he's a quality player, but in the Nations League, you guys sort of unified as a team and sort of tried to prove people wrong that, okay, we might be losing one of our best players, but we can still put up a performance against the best team in the region. So I think that's a good sign, but it's a shame that Leon Bailey's not going to go because I think he would have done extremely well at this Copa America. The way he's playing right now, I think he could then say to himself, and also this is important for Jamaican football. You have to build as a team. It's not a one-man unit. If you want to qualify for World Cup, it's not about one person. It's about 11 guys and the manager on the sideline. So it's a shame, but hopefully in the future, and maybe now this will galvanize more of the Reggae Boys. So, Ryan, your prediction is that you think Jamaica are going to get out of this group. So you think they're going to finish first or second?
I think we will finish second.
Why do you think that then? Because it's a very tough group. I've said this before a lot during the streams and videos that this is easily the most difficult group to predict. I have no clue how it's going to finish still.
So, for me, I think Jamaica have a beating to give to Mexico. We played them a couple times on the Hallgrimsson, and again, that small margin, they beat us. They have yet to smash us out of the park where you say, wow, Mexico were the better team. Yes, a lot of people will say the semi-final in the Gold Cup, they did well. Mexico did well. Fairly win that game 3-0. But the game before that in Mexico, where Jamaica tied with Mexico 2-2, that I think Mexico, with so many problems with the Mexican Federation, with this national team, I think that's a perfect game Jamaica could get. And that is where the confidence going to rise for the Jamaican player. Beating Mexico in the Copa America going to be big for us. And I think that's where we're going to get our first 3 points. And that's going to breed more confidence going into the next 2 games for me. Most important thing, why I believe so, we play 2 games before we play Mexico. That's when Jamaica, the 3rd game, you will see Jamaica really get into them groove. And that's going to be in 1 window. So I think beating Mexico going to just give us so much confidence and give us so much belief.
Jamaica are a weird one because I kind of feel like you have the talent. Like I look at Palmer from Coventry City. I watched him one time in the FA Cup. I think it was against Wolves. I was like, what the heck? This guy is balling out here too. Another Jamaican player. Obviously, Demarai Gray, Nicholson, and all these guys. Pinnock. I think he's having a good season with Brentford. So you have the talent. But that first game against Mexico, if you want to progress out of this group, you got to win it. That's the you have to get 3 points in that first game against Mexico. If you don't, then it's a tall order going against Venezuela and Ecuador. And I mean, you know the players Ecuador have. I mean, from Hincapié to Pacho to Caicedo. I mean, they got so many ballers. Venezuela are a very difficult team to break down. I'm leaning more towards a group stage exit, like 3rd or 4th. But I could be totally wrong, and I would happily be wrong about the Reggae Boys. I want to see this team has had so much potential for all of the years I've been watching football, but they can never get it together. And hopefully now towards qualifying for the next World Cup in the United States, Canada, Mexico, build upon having a good Copa America here. And I think that will give your federation and your national team and all the fans and you as a content creator a lot of confidence that like, hey, we can do this. But for this Copa America, I think it's a group stage exit. I look at your history against South American teams, right? It's not good. You have 0 wins in the Copa America, 0 goals scored. And if I look at your head-to-head record against South American teams, it's not the prettiest. Are you kind of worried about that, though, that like the level of South American football is very strong?
I understand the pass, and but on the day, it's a total different thing. This is a total different
true.
Jamaican. This Jamaican team have so many games under them belt. High profile game. So many experience in this team. It's a totally different team. We have Amari Bell, we have Leon Bailey, we have Demarai Gray, we have Mikel Antonio. Also we have Ethan Pinnock. That's roughly 5 English players in our starting lineup, right? So I understand your concern, but I'm telling you, as a Jamaican fans, we are building something special. The word is named Believe No Man. We are totally different thing. And you will see how Jamaican play in this Copa America. We're not going to lie down. We're not going to lie down. And I tell you this, we come second to play Argentina. Watch out, man. We are coming, bro. We are coming.
Woo! Thank you all for watching, and thank you to Ryan for joining me. As you can see, Ryan is very hyped up for Jamaica. For me, I'm a bit more hesitant, and I think it'll be group stage exit. But get your thoughts in the comments down below. How far do you think Jamaica will advance at this Copa America? Who's the most underrated player, and who's the best player for the Reggae Boyz? Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, as we are dropping a lot of Copa America content heading into the summer. But have a beautiful day, stay safe in this crazy world, and the next episode is on Mexico. Adios.